Everyone focuses on hard skills when you're looking to be competitive, be successful, get into the job market, land your dream job, and not enough people are talking about soft skills. I swear by them. It's what's allowed me to be successful in my life, in business, and in corporate America. Hard skills include like coding, degrees, certifications, and technical knowledge. But in 2026, it's all about the soft skills. Soft skills often determine who gets hired and who gets promoted. Soft skills are interpersonal and behavioral abilities. This means you can have 50 degrees, but if you don't have good interpersonal skills, you're not going to be good with a team. People are not going to want to work with you. So, yes, this is super, super important because ultimately it determines how you work with others. This includes communication, emotional intelligence, adaptability, your time management, leadership and conflict resolution. Your overall professionalism is tied to your soft skill abilities. Hard skills get you in the door, but soft skills keep you in the room.
This is why I think that now over 500,000 black women are now terminated. I think with Kamala Harris getting in office, black women voters getting that guy in office, Roy Jones or whatever, getting him out of office in Alabama, the country went crazy with just hiring black women. They were hiring black women that were highly educated on paper. They were not hiring black women that had the soft skills, leadership, knowing how to get along, know how to deal with conflict in the workplace. They were hiring a lot of black women that were making the fucking workplace for everybody, black women, white people, hell, and now those women are being fired. There are a lot of people out here and people that are hiring things because someone went to Harvard and they went to Yale and they worked for this senator and congressman, they're going to be a good employee automatically. No. There are a lot of people out here that went to Strayer, ITT Tech, ICDC College. They're better employees. They have soft skills. They know how to get along. Schools don't mean shit. Not only do you have to know how to be a good employee, it's important to know how to be a good coworker. You cannot make life hell for your team.
All right, I'm going to stop her right there because she's cooking. She cooking. I can't talk about $30 minimum wage without talking about soft skills. Soft skills to me are the skills that we frown down on, and we think that, well, we may not frown on, but we don't consider enough. Because think about it. You spend 4 years getting a degree, or you spend 2.5 years, 3 years getting whatever skills you got, and you don't have the soft skills when you get into corporate work environment. So the question becomes now for some black women, and this is also for black men because I've seen it for black men also. I used to run a sales team that had multiple black men on there, one or two white guys on there, but for a majority it was black men. The soft skills virtually non-existent. Black females, when I've worked in environments with them, I would say 50-50. I've seen some really great black females who ran tiers as far as in being managers of divisions, things like that. Great skills. But I would say 50-50. Let me change that. It was probably more like 30-70. 30% of them had really good soft skills. 70% didn't. It wasn't that they weren't good at the job, but when it came to communicating with people that didn't look like them, out the window. It just was so cringe in some situations. I'm like, damn. When we talk about 30, part of this video, I'm just stretching this, but the larger part of this, when we talk about $30 minimum wages, we got to talk about the missing skills that people have. A lot of people miss soft skills, but they want the money, the income, but they can't be nice to people. And I see that for whatever reason with black women, and I don't want to attack black women because some of y'all say, stop attacking black women. I love my black sisters. Trust me. I only see black thighs in mine. Oh, no. Okay? Let's be for real. Love my black women. But I'm going to tell you at the same time, I can't lie to you. Somebody got to tell you the truth. When you don't have these soft skills and you think that your 4-year degree will carry you, you run into a world of hurt because you discover that these soft skills is not the white man, it's not the other black man, it's not the system, it's not the corporate. These soft skills help you to navigate when you run into people that don't think the way you think, don't feel the way you feel. They may not even like you, but it's some type of finesse of being able to just give them the Heisman and say, oh, yeah, okay, and play with them. Play with them. But you can't do that when you have soft skills. Your emotions are too inflamed. I don't know what to even call it. It's just too revved up. It's just too out of control. She's nailing it.
You have to know how to be a good employee, and you have to know how to be a good coworker. Nobody wants to come to work. You spend 40 hours a week at work, sometimes more. Nobody wants to come to work each time it's a conflict. I'm an educated black woman, a black woman this. Nobody wants to hear that where they spend 40 hours a week. You have to know how to get along. Sometimes people consciously and unconsciously are going to say shit that may offend you. Sometimes there are grown people that just don't know better that what they said was racist. But how do you respond to it? Conflict is going to happen in the workplace. I'm not excusing it. But do you know how to tactfully respond in the workplace when there's conflict? I would actually say knowing how to be a good coworker is more important than knowing how to be a good employee. I'm not against black women. I'm against black women thinking that education from the same racist as white institutions makes them better or qualified for anything.
Okay, I don't share the same appointment. I don't share the same, opinion. Racist ass institutions, because they could have went to a HBCU, and depending on the HBCU you go to, it could be racist too. But still, at the end of the day, we cannot say that these soft skills aren't the key. Networking, corporate networking. Some of y'all work in corporate America. Soft skills the key. You got to network with someone. They don't need to feel as if you are attacking them every time you speak to them. And at the same time, you don't need to let your emotions rule the conversation. Soft skills, they build networks. They connect with people that don't necessarily look like you. So when you sit back and argue about a lower income for a specific group of people, black women, black men, however it is, I sit back and say, okay, let's assess what we do. Because every environment is different. Yes, we do have some racists behind corporate environments that don't benefit black people being in, no doubt at all. But soft skills help you to navigate some places you end up in where the people may not like you, especially at the beginning. They may feel a little bit funny, like, man, they hired her. Why should we hire her? Why should we work with her? But the soft skills allow you to build the relationships that are necessary to not have to be in a position where people they don't like working with you, okay? You need these soft skills. I feel like you need some of these soft skills more than you need hard skills, because I can learn how to do certain things. When you go to college, you come out, you go to corporate America, you may learn marketing, for example. I had a cousin, she learned marketing. Do you think when she started learning marketing 4 years ago, marketing is still the same now? Hell no. Hell no. Marketing has adjusted and it's pivoted up, especially since AI. 4 years ago, she started learning marketing. She didn't know. Anybody can learn these things. But bam, let me tell you, if you have the intellectual ability to get your 4-year degree, you've got the fortitude to finish the degree, learn the soft skills that complement the degree. Learn those soft skills. People beat you out because they just like being around them and opposed to you. That's the truth. I like it when people say, "Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir." When me and my wife are out there, "Thank you, man. Thank you, sir." We appreciate it. They open the door. They serve with a certain level of whatever it may be. Or even, let's say, if I'm getting some documents from another company in real estate, however it is, I love going into attorneys' offices where the admin person and the people running the office, they have stellar soft skills. Like, hey, yo, Mr. Duncan, thank you very much. They make you feel warm and fuzzy, and not everybody wants to come in with an attitude and then have to deal with somebody with an attitude. You got me here already. I'm not supposed to be here. And then we got to deal with the attitude situation. Then we got to deal with that. If we're going to push and say, hey, we need to have a higher income for this like higher wages. We need to have higher wages. Let's not just talk about having higher wages. Let's talk about having the skills, the soft skills that make employers feel like, damn, we took it up took the wages up to $30 or $25, and 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 man, we should have did this a long time ago. You see the way they responded, and also, do you need money to have you act like that? I'm the believer that when they hire me to do a job and I come in and it's more stressful than what it looked like at the beginning, I probably need to just do the job, and as I do it, decide if I want to continue doing it. But everybody that I interact with in the public doesn't need to feel my emotions about the issues that may be going on in a job. These are all little pieces of soft skills, man. I love those things. I love to do that. I love to advocate for people and give people more money, whether we're dealing with real estate deals or whatever it may be, that make me just feel like I'm giving my money and I'm getting everything that I expect in return just through this one person that when I walk in a room and we interact, I mean, just their skills in handling me, their manners, their their critical thinking, all these things benefit the employer and they benefit you. They benefit you. A lot of people want to be self-employed. They want to be entrepreneurs. Being an entrepreneur, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes that soft skill, it will get you places that the hard skills, just because you know a certain thing, just because you got a degree or you can evaluate this pretty well, or that you got a good hunch about this. ah, the soft skills keep people wanting to be around you. They do. We're not in a soft skills service economy of the 90s or the hard skill of the industrial revolution before that. We need to scale up the educational system for today. We need STEM. What's that? Liberal arts, okay? Home economics and the labor trades to be taught in school today. I agree. I agree. Not to leave it up to phys ed, yeah, physical education teachers, athletic arts, competitive sports, last but not least. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We aren't. I think in the 90s, we joke about it when you see those 90s babies, those 80s also shows, whether you look at, what is it, what name one of them? Um, what is it? Stranger Things. And they walk into the pizza spot, they walk into the fast food place. Yes, sir, how you doing? I know we right now that the cost of living is high. We know that. We all see the cost of living is high. I don't believe that it's just about requiring the employer to pay me more, but it's also about the skills that we bring to the table when we require those employers to pay us more. So are soft skills dead? Are we saying that we don't need that anymore? No. I think we need that as well as we need the STEM, as well as we need those other pieces. We need to get people off of this liberal arts push also, because most of the people I see coming out with liberal arts degree, uh, they're not making any money. They're not making any money. And it's just true. I just see it too much. They're not making any money. You got a 4 year, but your 4 year doesn't move the needle when it comes to your income. So you got to be smarter in that. So it's not always the degree. Sometimes people just need to like you. Sometimes you just need to be a likable person. Sometimes you just don't need to be mean. Can we not just be mean and unapproachable? Because if you're unapproachable in public and I walk up to you, just a random person, and you got all this on your shoulder and I feel that energy, I wonder how your coworkers feel about you. I wonder how. I wonder how. I wonder how. Just my opinion. This is just something that was mad interesting to me. Just my opinion.